Have you ever really, truly stopped to think, what would happen to the world if we were all just gone?
I mean, picture it. Every street, every building, every car, every home, everything, exactly as you left it.
But in this world, there's been one tiny, impossible alteration.
Your chair is empty, your coffee is still warm on the counter, but you're not there. And it's not just you. Every single person on Earth has vanished in the same silent, inexplicable instant. This is what happens next.
You'd think it would begin with chaos, a bang, but it doesn't. It begins with an almost unbearable silence.
All the noise we make, the traffic, the talking, the constant hum of 7 billion lives, it all just stops. And what's left? The sound of the wind whipping between skyscrapers, the hum of machines that don't know we're gone yet, the sound of waves washing up against a pier that no one will ever walk on again.
You know, we've built our world to run itself, for a little while anyway. And for a moment it does. Somewhere, a driverless car pulls up to a curb, its doors swinging open onto an empty sidewalk, waiting for a command that will never come. It's the first of many ghosts in our abandoned machine.
And high above this silent planet, thousands of airplanes are still flying. Our technology is so good they can cruise on autopilot for hours. They're just these massive metal birds with no masters, coasting on the last echoes of our ingenuity. They have no idea their fuel is running out, and all the runways below them have already gone dark.
And what about our closest companions? In homes all across the world, they're just waiting. Dogs we bred for millennia to be our friends are sitting by doors, their ears perked, listening for footsteps that are never going to return. They depend on us for everything, and now they're left alone in a world they weren't built to survive. They are the first and most innocent victims of our absence.
That strange, eerie calm, it doesn't last. See, all the systems we built to power our world are connected, and without us there to babysit them, they begin to fall apart in a violent, cascading failure.
Within hours, the lights go out. Power plants, one by one, run out of fuel or fail, and a chain reaction plunges the entire planet into a darkness it hasn't known for centuries. Then the fires start. A lightning strike, a short circuit. With no one to fight them, small fires become infernos that consume entire cities. But the worst threat is the one we can't see, ticking away in hundreds of places, our nuclear power plants. Their cooling systems are failing. A final countdown has begun.
A reactor scram. It's the emergency shutdown, the big red button. But hitting that button is just the start of a long, complicated process that needs constant human management. Without us, that failsafe becomes a trigger. The Chernobyl disaster began with a shutdown test gone wrong. Now, in our empty world, every single one of our 440 nuclear reactors is an unmanaged Chernobyl, just waiting to happen.
When you lose control of a reactor, the power that's unleashed it's almost unimaginable. At Chernobyl, the output surged to 30,000 megawatts. It was so powerful, it blew the 2,000-ton lid right off the reactor core. This isn't just a fire, it's the raw power of the atom we harnessed, and now it's going to poison our world in our absence.
Those are the words of a firefighter at Chernobyl, one of the first people on the scene. He walked into lethal radiation without any warning. His words are a chilling reminder of the human part of any disaster. The warnings, the knowledge, the sacrifice. In a world without us, there are no warnings. There are no heroes rushing in to contain the fallout. The meltdowns just happen, in silence, spewing invisible poison into the atmosphere. It's our final, toxic legacy unfolding without a single witness.
So after the fires have burned out, and after the fallout has settled, a new kind of quiet falls. The age of chaos is over. Now begins the age of decay and a slow, unstoppable, creeping tide of green. Nature is starting to take it all back.
Our cities, our great monuments to permanence, they start to die a very slow death. It's not one single event, just a relentless attack. Water freezes and thaws, making tiny cracks bigger. Corrosion eats away at the steel inside. Our modern stone, our concrete, well, it turns out it's not so eternal after all. But the sneakiest enemy is the air itself. Carbon dioxide seeps into the concrete, and that lets the steel skeletons inside begin to rust. Our buildings start rotting from the inside out. The very rebar designed to hold them up now expands and breaks them apart.
piece by piece.
But here's the incredible thing. Where we see decay, life sees an opportunity. We just have to look at the Chernobyl exclusion zone today for a preview. The blast killed the forest nearby, turned it reddish-brown, but it's since regrown even stronger. Wolves and bears now thrive in the abandoned city of Pripyat. And most amazing of all, scientists have found fungi on the reactor walls that have evolved to eat radiation for energy. Life doesn't just endure, it adapts in ways we can barely comprehend.
All right, let's zoom out. Way, way out. Forget about centuries or even millennia. We're going to look at the world on a geological timescale now, as the final traces of our time here are ground into dust and stone.
The Earth's clock ticks very slowly. In 20,000 years, even the radiation at Chernobyl will have faded away. In 7.2 times million years, Mount Rushmore, our attempt to carve our memory into a mountain, will have been worn smooth by wind and rain. And in 100 million years, all that's left of New York or Tokyo or London will be a thin, weird layer in the rock, a fossilized smear of concrete and plastic that some geologist in a future world might puzzle over.
Eventually, even that thin layer of rock will be dragged down into the planet's molten core and recycled into something new. Everything we did, all the wars, the art, the love, the discovery, completely erased. We called our time the Anthropocene, the age of humans. But on a geological scale, maybe it was just a fleeting scar. It leaves you with one final haunting question. Was our existence anything more than a brief, noisy interruption in the planet's long, silent story?